union in the land, the Scranton Federation of Teachers! Now, behind me, we don't have the ad building. We call this the Hall of Recovery. Welcome to the Hall of Recovery. Except there's one thing wrong. Ain't nobody recovering from the Hall of Recovery. Correct? Correct? Give me a hand for that, please. Today, people may see 800. I see one. I see one united, solid union. There have been people in the Hall of Recovery who have called us names. They've implied we're lazy. They've called us plain old teachers. Well, guess what? The plain old teachers are here. I call us the Red Tsunami, the Red Wave. And we're here to break down the false narrative of recovery. You know why? Because we know what it's doing to our children, and we know what it's doing to us, and we've had enough. Before I introduce speakers, let me say to our guests, right down this road right here is the childhood birth home of our president, Joseph Biden. Right down that road. But you know what? We've named streets after President Biden recently. We've named expressways after President Biden recently. But you know what the sad thing is? We could never name our preschool program after our president because it's gone. We couldn't name a library in our schools after our president because they're gone too. Listen, we're going to be loud, not only in the halls of recovery. I want us to be heard in the halls of Harrisburg. Governor Wolf, I hope you hear us today. We need your help. President Biden, we're the scrappy old teachers from Scranton. We need your help. Listen to us. With no further ado, I'd like to introduce someone that I think you know. She's a TikTok star now.
No, don't.
She's wonderful. It's a dream of hers. She's always wanted to be a TikTok star. And I'm glad. Give it up for our SFT President, our leader, Rosemary Boland.
Good morning, Scranton Federation of Teachers. Good morning, Scranton, Pennsylvania. And good morning to, as Mr. Vesta just said, he calls it the halls of recovery. I call it destruction of the Scranton School District. This is not recovery. It definitely is not recovery. But what it is a money-making scheme. Kenyatta's final.
Get around the bullhorn. Get around the bullhorn. Get around the bullhorn.
This is the bullhorn. You have to speak into the mic.
For Kenyatta's finest, who's making over $200,000 a year. For so-called lawyer John Audi, who's making $1 million plus since just January, and the number keeps on going up. Any school district in the state of Pennsylvania who hires him and believes his so-called legal advice needs their heads examined. Every lawsuit so far he's lost in Lackawanna County, and he keeps on billing the Scranton School District for his so-called legal advice. The man should leave Scranton fast because his term is coming to an end. We are here today to let the governor of the state of Pennsylvania, who says he's the education governor, he better show it. Talk is cheap, Governor Wolf. Show it. Get the money in here. You're sitting on $9 billion in that state legislature. Get that opened up and start supporting the public schools in this state. Washington, D.C., Senator Casey, U.S. Congressman Matt Cartwright, this is our city. get your arses up here and get this job done. Don't say you represent us unless you're here with us. Get it done. You're flunking the test, failing the test. You're failing the children in Scranton, Pennsylvania. You've taken away the literacy programs here. You've cut our libraries. You've cut our librarians. You've attacked our chief nurses, our CSNs. We don't have enough during a pandemic. And this kind of cut hurts children more than anything. So guess what? They better get up here, and they better get up here now and stop the cuts. Stop the cuts.
Stop the cuts! Stop the cuts!
You know what? Let me tell you something. Every Labor Day we stand at the statue of John Mitchell. Every Labor Day. Every Labor Day everybody comes out and talks about labor unions and how great we are. And then they go back home and they forget that the labor unions built this town. Not the Scrantons, not the Civils. We built this town. People who were in coal mines, people who built the railroads here, the barges here, we did it. Not the Scrantons, not the hoity-toity swells over in Greenwood. No, they did not. We built it. Public schools in this town. Teachers did it. Teachers 100 years ago did it. And they did it for crap wages. And they still think they're going to hold us down with their thumbs. This is Scranton, Pennsylvania. This is a union town, and we will not be busted by the likes of Candace Biden. This is Scranton, and we have a message to send. What time is it?
Union time!
What time is it?
Union time!
What time is it? Union time! This city is the model of freedom. This city is a worker city. We built it, and we're keeping it. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. The unions are strong. We're here to prove it. Get ready. What time is it?
Union time!
What time is it?
Union time!
What time is it?
Union time!
And I'm going to say what generations before me said. The carpetbaggers in this building, get out of town! Go back to where you came from. Gehenna, go back. Go back. This is our town, not yours, you Johnny-come-latelys. Get out. What time is it?
Union time!
What time is it?
Union time!
And don't you forget it.
We won't.
Hold what?
Is Marty Flynn here?
I haven't seen him. Let Seamus hold this for you while he holds the sign. Just so you don't have to.
SFT!
Hold the sign too.
Yeah. Is Marty Flynn here? Is Marty Flynn here? Because he's on my list.
I don't see
Okay, so we're not going to write that.
I don't
SFT, louder, come on! Have me heard! Say SFT! SFT! Excellent. Okay, listen up, everyone. I'm so honored to be the MC of this event because my next speaker, your fame, his fame in my house preceded him. My daughter and my son-in-law live in Philadelphia off Girard Avenue, and they were talking and raving about their state representative, Malcolm Kenyatta. So yesterday when I heard that Mr. Kenyatta was driving all the way across the state from Erie to come to support us, I was thrilled, and I'm thrilled to have him here. It is my honor and my pleasure to announce PA Representative Malcolm Kenyatta. Give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Is Scranton a union town?
Yes!
I don't know. Can they really hear you? Is this a union town?
Yes!
So if this is a union town as we know it is, then that means that folks need a fair contract. If this is a union town as we know it is,
It's getting yanked around, so
that means we have to make investments in our classrooms, in our teachers, and in our kids. If this is the union town that we know Scranton is, then that means we need to see some increased pay.
Yep.
That means that we need folks who are listening to the people who are in the classroom day after day after day. That means we need to use the resources that we have to invest in a fair contract. And I know you have so many people who are saying it's early. You see all these red shirts. They're yelling, they're upset. But this is about fairness. This is about being treated with dignity. This is about being treated with respect. This is about making sure the folks who take care of our babies, we have to take care of you. We have to pay you. We have to make sure you have a good, fair contract. So what do we want? Contract! And when are we going to get it? Now! So what do we want? Contract! And when we want it? Now! What do we want? Contract! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Contract! And when do we want it? Now! Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you! Wow, that was badass. That was great.
Just terrific. Thank you so much, Mr. Kenyatta. We appreciate that so much. Next up, what's that?
Let's hear it for him.
Let's hear it for him. Big hand. Big hand. You're right, Rose. Big hand for Mr. Kenyatta. Thank you so much. Next up, we have a parent who would like to speak. This parent, Heather McCone, has 4 children in our Scranton Public Schools. I'd like to bring her up to the microphone, please, and let's give her a big hand. Thank you so much for coming out. You just got to speak right.
How's everybody doing this morning?
Great.
Herbert Spencer said in the 1800s, the great aim of education is not knowledge, but action. Thank you all for inspiring both knowledge and action. My name is Heather McCone. I'm a certified nurse midwife at Geisinger CMC, faculty at the School of Medicine, a proud union officer of Northeast Pennsylvania Nurses Association, PASNAP. But first and foremost, I'm a mother of 5, living, working, and doing my best to raise my children in Scranton, where our politics, corrupt practices, and failing system of education are not meeting the needs of my family. I've had enough. We've all had enough, right?
We've had enough.
Enough.
What we allow is what will continue. Our nurses union stands with you in solidarity in your fight for a fair contract. For a fair contract, but also in your fight for the respect that you so rightfully deserve. I am outraged that the district my kids attend has lost over 100 qualified educators since 2019 due to mismanagement and mistreatment of its teachers. Are we going to allow the loss of another 100? No! No! Not one more. We will not allow it. I'm outraged as a fellow educator that our children have lost the foundation of a free public preschool program that had existed for 50 years. Yeah! My youngest daughter's 3. She would be there. Arts, music, physical education, industrial tech, family and consumer science, all cut from the curriculum.
I guess they don't care.
Are we going to allow the dismantling of even more programs that serve to ensure our children have the opportunities they need? outraged as a Scranton resident and taxpayer that our city lost Bancroft Elementary School in one of our most struggling neighborhoods despite public protest. They didn't hear the parents. They didn't hear the teachers. They did not hear the children who were displaced in an overcrowded school in the middle of a pandemic.
You're right.
Can they hear us now?
Yes!
Yes! Our children have lost libraries in their schools, as well as the skilled librarians who help inspire them to get excited about reading and research. Are we going to allow the loss of imagination, innovation? No! We will not allow it.
No.
I'm outraged as a parent that our children's safety has been compromised in countless ways. Classrooms and buildings here are riddled with lead, asbestos, mold, and crumbling infrastructure. There's no safe social distancing due to enlarged class sizes. Busing is eliminated for many students. Hall monitoring has cut and fights are breaking out, I hear from my middle schooler. Are we going to allow the continued endangerment of our children's well-being? We will not allow it.
No!
I'm outraged as a fellow essential worker that our teachers whose starting pay is 10 to 26% less than in comparable schools, the lowest in Lackawanna County, and whose average pay is 11 to 15% less than the state average, have already lost thousands, tens of thousands of earned salary, while administrators have enjoyed raises of up to 25% in the last year. Are we going to allow the theft of $100 more? No! We will not allow it. I'm outraged as a healthcare provider that our teachers have been offered an outrageous budget health insurance plan. Healthcare is a human right.
You're right.
You all deserve quality healthcare coverage even while you're on strike.
That's right.
And every day you work for our school district. Are we going to allow them to strip away that health care from you and your families?
No!
We will not allow it. Unions built this city that now relies on education and health care as its lifeblood. As a proud union member, I'm outraged that you've been ignored, undervalued, and dismissed by the board who's supposed to serve the best interests of our students. Are we going to allow any further disrespect? No! We will not allow it. Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Year 5 without a fair contract is more than past time to justify using that weapon to change the world for the students of Scranton. As Rose Boland infamously asked on Monday and since, what time is it?
Union time!
Union time!
I think
Thank you so much, Heather. Let's give a big hand for Heather. I think there are some similarities between nurses and teachers and how they're treated. So thank you very, very much. I just want to announce, we just got word from PA Senator Marty Flynn that he and the other state representatives from our area will be holding a live press conference tomorrow dealing with the situation in Scranton. So we thank them for that. We thank them for that very much. We thank them for that very, very much. So next up, keeping the rally going, we have a business owner. A business owner. Thank you very. Oh no, we don't. We got my friend who came to the board meeting the other night. That great board meeting, which will live in history. Because you know what? There's outrage. There's outrage. And then there's outrage. Right? Behind me is our friend and educator himself, Mayor Jim Connors.
we won't cut off his mic!
How you doing?
Cut off his mic!
Hey, don't cut off my mic, okay? Susan's looking for that button so she can cut off my mic at home, but
That's not happening.
this is the most incredible crowd I have seen in all my time in this city. All my time working in the neighborhoods to keep the schools open, to keep the firehouses open. And let me just say this to you. The police officers are here in solidarity with us. They're union too, and they're here just to make sure we're safe. That's why they're here. They're not here for any other reason, and they asked me to tell you that. No, they cut off my mic the other day. You know, what did they not want me to say?
Right.
What are they afraid of? You need to stay strong. This is your city, like Rosie said. This is your town. You did build it, and you dedicated your life to our children. That's what you do. That's why you went to school. That's why you're not making $800,000 like some of them that were sitting up high over you. Did you notice that? They were sitting way up high.
Right.
And you were down low.
Right.
Do not let them beat you down.
Nope.
And as Susie said, to cut your health care during this virus, the time of the virus, that's unconscionable. She said even if it's legal, which I don't know if it is not moral. And they're trying to crush you. And the same lawyers who said that they should cut your health care, made the exact opposite decision up in the Abingtons. So anyway, all I want to say to you, don't let them crush you. Don't let them put you down. You are custodians of our children. Thank you so much. I love you too.
We love you.
I feel like Bruce up here. Anyway, look, you're going to win. You will win. Don't have any doubt about it. And look, I just want to point out, because he's too humble to come up here, Ty Holmes, one of our directors. He is a leader. If they think that they can beat him, this man was in a real war overseas, came home wounded, came home here to volunteer to help our children.
Amen.
So anyway, and we have here our President Randi. This is not the first time she's been here, and we're just grateful that she is here. I'm ready to give up the mic because they won't let me sing. So anyway, who's next, fellas? Susie says his father was the best teacher she ever had. He taught right over there at Central. And I heard Pat when he was 16 years old, because he was taught by our teachers here. And he spoke at this board meeting. It was the best speech I ever heard in that room. So anyway, it's good that we have him.
Thank you.
God love you. Don't give up.
Nope.
Don't give up.
Thank you so much. Whatever you want to do.
All right. You can look off to a pan.
No rush on that.
Oh, they changed.
Yep. Perfect.
Way to go, Mayor Connors. Thanks for your support. We love you.
We can use a lot more friends like that, right? Right, SFT? We need friends like that, right there. That's leadership, and that's what's lacking. But remember, the recovery wall and the halls of recovery are crumbling by the minute. And we're here to shout it loud and shout it proud. We're not going to take it anymore. We want to we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? That's right. Let's be loud. It's a long time.
Remind everybody they don't have any project labor agreements, and that's why the buildings are falling down.
Will do.
Roger that.
Speaking from a labor point of view, this administration does not have any project labor agreements with our union trades that are out here supporting us, and that may be another reason, that is the reason we got crumbling buildings, right? Right? Because union made is the best made, right? That's right. We know that. Now I think we have a business owner. And I want to say thank you in advance. Amy Burgerhoff has come down as a business owner to speak in our support. Let's give her a big SFT welcome, please.
Good morning. I'm Amy Burgerhoff, a small business owner here in Scranton, the Perfected Pineapple. I'm so sad about what's going on in my hometown. I stand wholeheartedly with the teachers and school support workers. You deserve more pay, better health care benefits, more respect and dignity, not less. Our kids deserve music, art, libraries, and preschools, not an end to these programs. If the powers that be are making these horrible decisions about our schools and educators, and they think it's good for our great city, they are terribly wrong.
That's right.
One of the most important factors people consider when choosing a city to live in is the quality of the local schools and the overall climate.
Right.
Let me say this very clearly. People will not move to Scranton if the school leaders insist on ruining the schools. Business owners will not open shops in a city where people don't live, work, spend their money, or send their kids to the schools. I'm a veteran. Thank you. I know firsthand the value of having good health care. It makes you appreciate your employer and gives you the confidence knowing that if you get injured or sick, your employer has your back. Gutting health care benefits just doesn't cut it. It shows incredible disrespect for each and every worker, and it's just another reason for educators to say, I can do better elsewhere. Scranton is such a great city that used to be able to take pride in its schools. Don't ruin that reputation. Don't fix the school's budget on the backs of kids and teachers.
Thank you.
Scranton educators, I love that you're standing up for your kids and yourselves. Don't back down. Don't give up. You deserve everything you're asking for.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you very much.
Well said, Amy. Thank you very much. And all true. Good schools, good towns, they all go together. Next up, I know I'm going to introduce my union brother, and I've been working with this guy on all this strike stuff. He's a great guy, great union member. Give it up for our union brother, Adam McCormick from Scranton High School.
Is it on? All right, so I'm Adam McCormick. They have me following the likes of Rosemary and Pat and Malcolm Kenyatta, so that's a problem, but at least I don't have to go before Randy.
What's that?
So I guess I'm here to reiterate what you've heard teachers say. On Monday we had teachers like Holly Mead and Breda Cronin Holmes and Carr and everybody else saying the same thing, and they didn't hear it then. We're trying to make sure they hear it now.
Right.
Okay? So sometimes doing the right thing for our students means leaving the classroom and making our voices heard in the streets when all else has failed.
Right.
There isn't a single teacher here or paraprofessional who would rather not be in our classroom instead of here today. And yet we know we need to do what's best for our students, for our community, and for our families.
Right.
We know where we need to be. Even though we are here, we're concerned for our students who have returned to schools traumatized by this pandemic. We are concerned we won't be able to give them the resources they need to recover.
Right.
We are worried about Scranton kids who won't start out on the right track with pre-K.
Right.
Who won't have access to libraries, music, art, math, computer classes, and other opportunities they need to make it through schools, colleges, trade schools, and careers.
Yes, they do!
We are outraged by the disgraceful cuts that for some reason this administration thinks is okay.
It's not okay.
I'm here to say it is not okay.
Right.
No, it's not. No, it's not okay.
It's our job as teachers to give our kids the tools they need to make it in the 21st century world. But this administration continues to tie our hands behind our backs with cut after cut after cut. What happens then? What happens after all these cuts? We fail our kids, we fail their families, we fail our city, and we fail our future.
Right.
The educators of the Scranton Federation of Teachers will not let that happen.
No, we won't!
Members of this board and some state politicians have tried to divide us from each other. Most recently, this administration tried to divide us as they chose to cut our health care. A choice that endangers us, our families, and our children during a pandemic. But we have stood strong and united, arm in arm, because we know what is right, and we all want the same thing. The best education we can provide for the students of the city of Scranton. We're standing here and we'll be on the picket lines until our kids and educators get what they deserve: respect, dignity, and decent conditions. What's really upsetting is that there's nearly $60 million sitting from the federal government that could be used for this.
Right.
What's the holdup?
Right.
They refuse to use that money. That is the outrage. It is a disgrace.
They're against
Money's
us.
in the castle.
They're against us.
Thank you to all the parents, students, neighbors, friends, families, fellow unions, and small businesses who have stood with us and supported us. You have no idea how much that means to us. We are consistently under and devalued by this administration, and for so many of you to acknowledge our value within our community is truly inspiring. We are educators. It's not our job, or it's not even one of our jobs, as all of us teachers know. It is who we are, and we will never stop fighting for what our students need and deserve. That right there, right? Give it up for Adam! He's the man! He's the man! Well, I'm going to say this. I think now, I'm so impressed. We've had Pennsylvania state representatives. I'm wowed by that. I took a picture. My daughter's going to be so happy, Mr. Kenyatta. You are her representative, and she loves you. Yes! Yeah! Now, we planned that perfectly for our next speaker. We call these the big guns of labor, and they've come to Scranton, PA for our cause. They're here because they know we are on the side of right. We've had it. We deserve more. Our kids deserve more. We are not second-class citizens, are we? And our students are not second-class students, are they? No. We are here. That's why we march, and we will march to get it done.
Amen.
Now, the labor big guns. It's an honor to introduce AFL-CIO Pennsylvania President, Mr. Rick Bloomingdale, to the truck. All right. Morning, Scranton. Scranton teachers on strike. You know, all across the nation and all across Pennsylvania, workers have had enough and are standing up for their rights. They're striking at Kellogg's. They're striking at John Deere.
Now you're striking here in Scranton, Pennsylvania, to stand up for what's right for your students, what's right for you, what's right for all of Scranton and all of Pennsylvania. You are leading the charge to fight for workers across the state of Pennsylvania. And we will stand with you every step of the way. One day longer, brothers and sisters, we will outlast them. We are stronger, we are smarter, and we are tougher. And we will stand with them one day longer. Look, I'm not going to be long this morning. You still got to hear from the great Randi Weingarten, one of our great leaders at the National AFL-CIO. But I just wanted to tell you we're with you. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Are you Frank? Oh, you're Frank. Okay. I figured you were Frank. Listen, I'm not going to climb anymore. Mr. Bloomingdale, thank you so much. That means the world to us. Labor coming together. We are all brothers and sisters in this cause, and don't forget it. Next up, it is my honor to introduce to the SFT AFL-CIO Pennsylvania Secretary-Treasurer, Mr. Frank Snyder. Frank?
Wait. Listen to that. Wait. Shh. Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
Silence.
That is silence. That's the silence because they've been silent too long. Policymakers who've taken you for granted. Policymakers who've taken all the things that you've done for granted. If this was the medical profession, they're sworn to do no harm. If they were in the medical profession, they'd be held for malpractice for the harm they're doing to our children and to all of you. Now, Rick and I and our 700,000 hard-working women and men see Scranton as ground zero, sisters and brothers. We'll be silent no more. Silent no more. So look, seriously, if your lawmaker and your policymaker is not here, you need to go see them. And you need to ask them why you're not here. And why are my children and why am I in unsafe conditions? And why do you continue to pull money out of our school district? Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. That's right. Let's go hear it.
Look, here's my only advice. If you take anything away, think about this and look at yourselves.
Are you on
the longer the picket line, the shorter the strike. You hear what I'm saying, sisters and brothers?
Yes, we are!
The longer the picket line, the shorter the strike. We need you out here. We need everybody to stick together in solidarity. God bless you all, sisters and brothers. Solidarity forever.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Very, very inspiring. We're down to our last two speakers, and I'm so proud that they are here. I knew they'd be here. They always are here for us. We band together. Next up is Mr. Arthur Steinberg. He is the American Federation of Teachers, Pennsylvania State President, and he's come up to give us a few words. Oh, he's right there. Hello, Mr. Steinberg. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. First of all, before I start, let's make some noise and let these folks know that we're still here and let them hear you all the way out. I bring you greetings and wishes.
Right into the mic, just real close.
I bring you greetings. Is that better? How about that? How about that?
Hey, let me see.
How about that? Now?
Okay, now I gotta remember what I was going to say.
You bring your greetings.
How about this? I bring you greetings and wishes of solidarity from our 36,000 members across all 4
corners of the Commonwealth. From Philadelphia to Pittsburgh to Erie down to Fayette County. Your fight is our fight, and we are with you until the end. I kind of get tired of saying this. I love coming to Scranton, but I am appalled that I'm here again to try and get you a fair contract which you folks deserve. It is extremely disturbing. You are the victims of years of disinvestment and in all public services in the state of Pennsylvania, from healthcare to roads to schools. It is time for the people in Harrisburg and your school recovery officer and your school board to do what is right by the community of Scranton. Not only the teachers and the educators to get a fair contract, but your kids. It is deplorable, the conditions that they are foisting on the students in Scranton, when all you have to do is go into Abington Heights, and they have marching bands, libraries, poison and toxin-free schools. The money must be spent now. The feds have given money to the district to pay educators what they deserve and to remediate your buildings so they are safe and give you the program. You're just asking for what you deserve and what the community deserves. It's time for them to get off the dime and give you exactly what you want. That's right. And with that, I will end this and turn it over to our National President Randi Weingarten, who never shies away from a fight. When I called her and said, "We need you in Scranton," she said, "I am on my way." And here she is.
Yay, Randi!
Good job, Coach.
Randi!
Can you hear me?
Yes!
Can you hear me?
Yes!
I feel like I gotta use my cafeteria voice because you know why we are on both sides of the sidewalk here. It's not the police. It's those folks. They don't want the pictures of how crowded this street would be, going all the way that way and all the way that way. That is because of the solidarity of the educators, the parents, the business owners, the mayors, the former mayor is here, and everyone in Scranton. Because everyone in Scranton, except this board and this office, everyone in Scranton understands the importance of education. So, I want to start this way. I just looked up, thank God for Google, the definition of recovery. As Heather was talking, I'm like, wow, that's probably true. So, this is the Webster's definition of recovery. I hope there's no fire that's serious, and I hope they're all fine. And thank you, firefighters. Can you still hear me? Yes. This is the definition of recovery. The return to the normal strength of health, mind, or strength. That's it. Now, look, I'm a social studies teacher, not a math teacher, but we teach in social studies kids how to think. But we need the facts. So what are the facts here? How is cutting pre-K a return to the normal health strength of people? How is cutting, we had the band here, the middle school band here. This, the high school and the middle school band, right? Thank you. We are not going to have any more band because of the cuts. How is not having a band the return to normal health and strength and dignity?
It's not.
How is cutting libraries a recovery?
It's not.
How is cutting Bancroft Elementary School a recovery?
It's not.
How is taking really stupid. So I can go on and on this. But what they are doing is they are not creating recovery. They are creating the ruination of the Scranton school system.
That's right. Yes, they are.
And why are they so upset with the people who call them out?
Right.
Why are they so upset with the people who have called out their choices? Because Dr. Fynham and whatever crazy lawyer they have,
Right.
they don't want anybody to know the facts.
Right.
They don't want people to know that you've gone 5 years without a contract.
Right.
They don't want people to know that they've given, quote, historic changes of a 25% raise
Right.
to administrators when they are cutting your health care.
Right.
They don't want people to know that Scranton has been treated worse in recovery than Erie and Allentown.
Wow.
Why is it that Erie and Allentown can get funding and Scranton, everything has to be done on the backs of the kids
Wow.
and the educators? And why is it when Joe Biden, who came here last week and talked about your pre-K program, see? Solidarity! Solidarity! Come on in, everybody! So why is it?
Listen.
Why is it that Joe Biden came a couple weeks ago to talk about the vaunted pre-K program
Right.
that is in his Build Back Better program,
Right.
and this so-called recovery officer,
Right.
the first thing she did was cut it.
Right. Wow.
And why is it that when Joe Biden and your congressmen and your senators got $60 million to this district, this administration refuses to use it for anything that is important to children or educators. So, these are all the reasons we're on strike.
Move it again.
We're on strike for the dignity of educators. We're on strike for the dignity of teachers. We're on strike for the dignity of parents. We're on strike to make sure that kids in Scranton have a future, not letting a recovery officer ruin this great town of this great nation. So, my friends, Pennsylvania's a tough state these days. Anyone, I've been all over the country. Everyone else in the country is using the American Rescue Plan to create real recovery.
Yeah, everybody.
It's using it to actually lift people up, to bring people together, to give the emotional supports, to create pre-K, to lower class sizes, to deal with the shortages. That's what's happening around the country. The money is there, the will is not. That is why we're on strike. This strike is about creating the will. This strike is about making sure this building does the right thing for Scranton, for Scranton's kids, for Scranton's parents, for Scranton's educators, for Scranton's community. And it's really a goddamn shame. Sorry, I'm married to a rabbi. I mean both sides. It's really a shame that it took a strike when we all want to be in school to actually force them to do the right thing. But that is who labor is, and that is who we are. Sometimes we have to take a moral step, even though it means more sacrifice. And that is the moral step we are taking for the future of Scranton, for the future of our kids, for the future of the United States, God bless you, and your national union is standing with you step by step by step by step. What time is it? Union time! 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 When we fight, we win! We win! When we show up, we win! Let's say it! When we fight, we win! When we show up, we win! When we care, we win! Thank you, everybody. Can you hear us now? 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 Shame on you!
You know what? I think today with this crowd, I think people have heard us. But guess what? They got to keep hearing us.
We're not done.
From 11 to 1 when we're walking and we're cold, they got to keep hearing us. From 1 to 3 when we're walking and we're cold, they got to keep hearing us. Tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, they got to keep hearing us. Here we are. Let's tell them. Here we are. 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 Terrific. Terrific. So we know why we're walking. We know we got a lot of support. Means the world to us. I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming out. I think some people worry we're not going to get the crowd. I said, oh, no, don't worry. They're going to be here. Because we know why we're here. We're going to keep showing up. We're going to do what we do best in Scranton. We are one union. We're a strong union. And no one ain't going to break us, period.
Can we get the shame on you going?
Shame on you! Shame on you!